Hey everyone, and welcome to a brief tutorial on SMITE's league system. I get a lot of questions on how this works. How do I move on to the next league, and will I go down if I don't play enough? How do I get all the way up to diamond? How many people get moved up? And of course, how do I excel myself forward in this system? So I want to cover this quickly so everyone knows exactly how this works, because it's not immediately obvious in the description that's provided how this actually works. I would recommend just ignoring this text, and we'll go through it really quickly. As you can see, you start out as bronze, and you move your way up to silver, gold, platinum, or diamond. There are 3 queues you can currently do it in: Conquest, Arena, and Joust. If you want to actually queue up for this, this is a different queue. Click on Play, go to Leagues, and you'll click on one of these 3, and then you'll see your stats for those. But back over to League tab, let's see how things work. This is going to be the scoreboard for all league systems here. This is bronze. I'm in bronze of Arena and Joust because I don't play it. I'm in gold in Conquest, and you can see the top 100 players in gold and look at the scoreboard. You'll see how many points they have. So that's your first clue on how this works. Points. You see these are 1295 is lower than 1296. It's all ordered by points here, but how do you get points? Go over to my standings. You'll see how many points you have. Of course, I have 445. I haven't played all 10 games just yet. And you'll see how many points you got for each game. Now, it doesn't matter how you do in each game. Doesn't matter if you feed, doesn't matter if you played New Wa. It doesn't matter what you do in the league match as long as you win. You can play support and get the same amount of points as someone who played Hunter, as someone who played Mage, someone who played Jungle, and someone who auto ran into a wall because their internet went out. You'd get the same here. So that's what it is all about. When you start out in a league season, you will have plus 126 for the next match you play. This right here is important to look at. Next victory points. So if I win my next match, I would get 128 points for that match. If I lose, this goes down to 127. Currently, I'm at 127. My next win would be 128. If I lose, my next win would be 127. This tells you how many points you're going to get if you win your next match. You need 10 games to qualify, and it takes your top 10 matches that have the point total at the highest. Doesn't matter how well you did. You can see it doesn't see how I did in any of these matches. I could have been 0 and 39,000 in each of the one of these, but I did win these 3. This one was a loss. Losses are worth half the points. So if you lose, it would have been 128. Of course, it would have been 64 for that. You can see I lost this match. This was right after, I believe that 127 went to 128, and I lost this one. 129 actually would have been at 64 as well. It rounds down, basically. So if you lose, you get half the points listed here. If you win, you get these points. And of course, you want to have 10 wins listed in this area here. All 10 would be wins. And you want to get as high as you can. Now, obviously, immediately, you can tell that win streaks are what's important. Every time you win, you get plus 1 point to this total here. If you win again, you get another plus 1. If you win again, you get another plus 1. So if I keep winning continually, by the time this one hits, let's say this is 126. When 126 hits the bottom here, I could be earning 136 for my next match, which means that when I put that 136 at the top, it's bumping a 126 down, which means every time I win, I'm getting 10 extra points on my total. Looking over here, since there's 10 games, the average is basically what you'd be able to divide by 10. So look at this. 129.5 is basically the average of the games he's played here. He's won 11 games and lost 2. 129 seems to be his average on that one. So all that matters is being able to get a victory with this point total, putting it up on the scoreboard and getting 10 games listed, and then you look over at tier summary to see how you're doing. This mark right here, this is a graphical representation. This mark right here tells you where you are in the league. You see, I haven't been playing. I haven't played all 10 games, so I'm at the bottom of the league here. This yellow is where you want to be. This lighter orange. Dark orange means you are not going to advance into the next league. If you are in the orange, the light orange, you will advance. Now, this changes. So don't just get into this area and then close out and never play League again until this 20-day remaining or whatever it is listed here ends up completing. Make sure you keep ahead of this, because this right here is the 20% cutoff. Top 20% of every league will move forward in the next league, and this is a percentage value. So if everybody's point total goes up overall, this 20% cutoff will be a higher point total, and you'll see that change every day. So points needed for promotion, as long as I have 1264 or more, that's what this line is right here. It's the top 234 players out of this amount. Of course, you can see 1174 divided by 10% of that is 117. Times 2 is 234. So that's 20% of 1174 is 234, this top percentage here. And of course, that's how many people are in gold this season. So make sure you have more points than this and you're in this line, you'll see both of these are easy ways to represent it. And make sure you're keeping that point total, I would say at least halfway above, but just kind of check on it the last few days. As long as you're keeping this above, you will be actually moving on to the next league. Of course, all that matters is point total. So get victories, and then you'll, after you win a league match, come over to my standings, see where that match went and how many points you got for it, and you'll see how your point total has changed. I'm at 445 because I've won 3 matches, I lost 1. I haven't completed all 10. Now, this leads me into my next tip. I want to give you guys a little bit of advice, something that I learned the hard way the first few seasons that this was played. In fact, I skipped the first season. I didn't play season 1, but I played season 2, 3, and 4. Make sure to avoid the last 5 days and the first 5 days. These are by far the worst. In fact, the first 5 days are abysmal. I would avoid these at all costs. The best time to play between that I've found anyway is between day 20 and day 10, just right in the middle. Play in the middle, get your games in. At the beginning, you'll see everyone playing at once. All the ratings were reset as the leagues are changed, and people are climbing to the top or pushing down to the bottom. Just avoid that. Play at around 20 days to 10 days. Start playing it then, and then, you know, towards the end, I wouldn't play. Days 5 through 1 are pretty rough. The reason I didn't make gold is I tried to go from silver this season, from silver to gold, the last 2 days. It was awful. Absolutely awful. The games were not balanced. The players were all over the place. The matchmaking has trouble when nobody's playing, and no one's really playing at the end, or they're just rushing to play and they don't have a good, solid matchmaking value for their rating that allows them to get into good matches. So I would recommend playing in the middle of the season. Make sure you keep an eye on your point total, and like I said, all it matters is a win. If you get a win, you get this point total. If let's say I win right now and I play chalk, I would get 128 points. This would move in. It would replace this on her one and push it down. It would be second place here, and I have a match completed as chalk that gave me 128 points toward my total. This one right here, this 445, would go up by 128 points, and that would increase my value. And then once you go finish a game, go over to tier summary, see your point value right here, and basically see what you need to promote. As long as you are crossing this point value or equal to it when the season ends, when that final mark ends, you will be promoted to the next league. Usually, if it will go down to 0 days. This is something that people don't realize. It'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. There is a 0 day. So if you have 1 day left, you would actually technically have 2 days left because it'll be the 1 day and the 0 day, and then it's cut off on the night of 0 days left, 0 days remaining. Usually how it works is around 1 to 4 a.m. Eastern is when it resets the night of the 0 day. So it'll go, let's say it's 8 p.m. Eastern on the 0th day. Then it'll go down to midnight around 1 a.m. And then all of a sudden, boom, when technically it's -1, the morning of that, it'll all cut off. So that helps you, I hope. Hopefully you understand the league system a little better. It's very simplistic, but it's poorly explained in text here, so I want to make sure that everyone knows how it works, why it works, how you can take advantage of it, the good times to play, and how you can make sure you're moving on into the next league as it goes forward. A quick tip as well, this is rough in the beginning. Everyone started out in bronze. Everybody. Competitive players and people who just started in the game and hit level 30. Everyone started in bronze, and only 20% move up one by one. So it'll take some time before, you know, let's say you're a platinum player or a gold player. It's going to take some time for you to actually get there unless you're playing a lot, because only 20% can go forward at a time, and it'll take probably another 7 to 8 months before it normalizes and everyone's in the right place and new players can start leaking in and figure out where they're supposed to be. A quick example of that, Diamond. There's 4 people in Diamond right now, which makes sense. I mean, you have all the people in SMITE move forward to gold is the top 20%. 20% of 20% moves into, 20% moves into silver. Top 20% of the 20% moves into gold. The top 20% of the 20% of the 20% goes into platinum. And of course, you can see as that dwindles down, it only becomes about 4. If you look at platinum right now, there's currently only, looks like, yeah, about 100 people in platinum. It kind of just scales down that way. So hopefully this helps you understand how things are working, how to make sure you're moving up in the league if you really want to. And if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comment section down below. I look forward to hearing from you. Other than that, I'll see you in my next video.